In the vast universe, is there a common ruler between different civilizations to measure the distance between each other? Today, if you throw yourself on the K218b of an asteroid and you meet an alien in a situation where you can't communicate at all, how should you express to him how far your home, the Earth, is from here? Just by pointing at the sky with your fingers and drawing a far, far away gesture, it's obviously far from enough. This is not just a scientific brainwave, it directly touches a very fundamental problem, which is what we often call universality. You should know that the dimensions we are familiar with, such as centimeters, meters, or even kilometers, are all units that are developed based on our human beings and the Earth's environment. So, when faced with a completely unfamiliar extraterrestrial civilization, can these Earth specialty degrees of gravity be understood? Or what do we really need? Today, let's talk about universal measurements in the universe. Based on human scientific exploration for hundreds of years, modern physics has exposed some of the most important basic parameters in the universe. We think that the structure of the universe seems to be closely related to these basic physical parameters. They are like the foundation of the universe. The first is the speed of light, the absolute upper limit of the universe's information transmission. Any object of quality can't reach it. The second is the intensity of gravity. Newton's gravity parameter describes the attraction between substances. Or in Einstein's theory, how do substances distort space-time? Finally, the Planck's constant, which is the mechanism for observing the quantum world. It reveals the limits of our precise perception of the position and momentum of particles. These three constants point to a small scale that is difficult to measure. Planck's constant is about 10 to the power of 35 square meters. How small is it? Let's put it this way. If we magnify a molecule to the size of our solar system, Planck's constant is only equivalent to a cell. If we want to observe such a tiny thing, we need extreme high energy. And this energy will directly form a terrible black hole. Before you can observe it, it may be devoured. This is a bit terrifying. Is this extremely small length a kind of ultimate boundary of the universe structure? Or is this the basic unit of the universe itself? In order to make it easier for you to understand, you will start from the Earth and go to the edge of the universe. You will feel the smallness of humans and the vastness of the universe. What we can intuitively feel is just a few centimeters to a few meters. But when we look up at the starry sky and look at the sun, the distance between it and the Earth is about 1.5 billion kilometers, which is an astronomical unit. And this number is just an appetizer. It is precisely because of this distance and the actual size of the sun that the view of the sun and the moon from the Earth is amazingly similar. Sunrise is the proof of this wonderful coincidence. However, the solar system is extremely large, and it can accommodate millions of Earths. The radius is almost 100 times that of the Earth. If you are a passenger plane, it takes a year to go around the sun. And this is just an ordinary star in the universe. Next, you will fly further and directly catch up with Traveler 1. You are now more than 22.5 billion kilometers away, which is more than 150 astronomical units. The sun's rays reach here in more than 22 hours. You fly out of the first light year in the epicenter, which is the distance that the light travels in a year. It is roughly the area of the frozen edge of the Earth, which is influenced by the gravity of the sun. And the nearest star is about 4 light years away. It's only 4 light years when you hear it. It doesn't seem that far. But with our fastest aircraft at the moment, it takes hundreds of thousands of years, even millions of years. This is far beyond our understanding. Let's look at our Milky Way. What is the concept of a huge galaxy consisting of 2,000 to 4,000 billion stars flying from one end to the other for a whole 100,000 years? And the solar system is just a very inconspicuous point. Even the Milky Way is so big, but on a clear night without the moon, you can still see the nearest star with your naked eyes. It is far beyond 2.5 million light years. This means that when you look at it, that light has already set off before the birth of human civilization. When humans use telescopes such as James Webb and other telescopes, we see a corner of the universe that is deeper and older. Observe the light to spread more than 1.3 billion years of ancient stars. And the oldest light in the universe, the cosmic microwave background radiation, is the remaining dust emitted after the Big Bang about 380,000 years ago. and traveled 13.8 billion years to reach the Earth. However, due to the continuous expansion of the universe, these radiators are now actually about 4.6 billion light-years away. The space that occupies about 4.6 billion light-years is what we currently know as the observable boundary of the universe. But this is far from the whole universe. In addition to the observable boundary of the universe, there is a wider and more mysterious space. There may even be another universe that is completely different. Even the real scope of the universe may be infinite, a concept that is extremely terrifying and unimaginable. As Carl Sagan said, the number of stars in the universe is as small as dust. So now, when you look at the blue planet that carries human civilization, it is just a small blue dot in the vast universe. Even the Milky Way is as small as dust. Facing the extreme vastness of the universe and the extreme smallness of humans, the sense of powerlessness and the sense of fate come to life. We seem to be dust on the dust of the universe. But this is the cruel truth of the universe. Human civilization seems to be destined for a small fate. However, as David Dorich and other thinkers pointed out, life, especially intelligent life, is not destined to be always passive or humble dust. If life can last long enough, accumulate enough knowledge and strength, maybe in the future it can influence the structure of stars, solar systems, and even stars, even through understanding and using the universal law to transform the universe, to realize a kind of impermanence, to become a creator from a product. And this provides us with a new perspective that is full of imagination for thinking about our own fate and meaning in the universe. It also gives us a deeper awe and curiosity for exploring the unknown universe.